on. So Byron Allen was refused license with his channels, and and the lower court, Supreme Court, ruled against and supported Comcast in a $20 billion lawsuit. And Byron Allen is saying that they refused license his company channels because he is black, and I concur. There is an old Civil Rights Act, 1866, that's on the records that says the black proprietor of a business should have every right as a white owner. And these companies are manipulative and they manipulate situations and they don't share, but that's nothing new. Byron Allen is a very dignified African American man, back in the day, Real People, which was popular 40 years ago. If you go back in time, it's a comedian, actor, etc. But this cat made some serious investments, about $300 million about the Weather Channel. So he ain't playing with small peanuts. This guy is bringing it to the table. He is taking on the big corporate heads and not afraid to roll the dice for their greedy, racist ways. See, a lot of people don't understand how the Clear Channel, Comcast, all these how they work, but they're very white. They're very when they talk about diversity, they can push African American for Black History Month, a team, for Mexican Month, for Cinco de Mayo, etc. This, that, they could do that because they push a button, but they're not sharing the key. They're not sharing the office and the glass. The glass ceiling is still there. They're not sharing that office space. They're not bringing it. And you need people like a Byron Allen to call them out on their racist ways. Can't trust them. You see it all the time. They hire a product pitch person. But when we're talking about bringing your business, the portfolio, we're talking about sharing the business, the vision. That's one of the biggest knocks. The economical ramifications from slavery are still very much intact because the country never learned how to share and never came correct. So it's like, what does this really mean? And how was this going forward? But people rather be entertained than to question why there isn't more black representation. Why isn't there more of a balance? Why are we still living under Jim Crow rules as far as viewers, politicking about far as having entrepreneurship in this situation? And he was trying to put his thing there. Even though he lost his case, it tells me a lot that that's a strong case that they had to knock it down because he went against the mighty Comcast. And I applaud Byron Allen because Comcast ain't nothing. Okay, let's be real. It ain't another racist plantation, just like all of them. They ain't never shared Wall Street, all of them, And I'll say this like Dow Jones, all that. Wasn't for free labor of African Americans, they wouldn't have nothing. Now, I am very saddened by this virus, and I'm saddened by people impacted. However, if you ask me from a historical perspective, when all things were being equal, I wouldn't care if they went broke, because I'm going to tell you something, they have not shared with African Americans. And this is just another example that the plantation mindset and the ownership, the electoral, which is electoral vote college, all that is still intact to keep a foot over black man's throat. And this ain't nothing new. Do your history and look it up. They have had this on document records, but they're not sharing the profits in the business the way it's supposed to be shared. And if you're going to be part of a country, you should have to have a balance of share. It doesn't have to be equal in terms of integration, but it has to be equal in terms of taxes and preparation, where you have a balance. So Dr. King wanted integration as opposed to segregation. But what ends up happening is, if you are integrated or if you are segregated, have your say to having your business, not where they're trying to not only enslave you, but also keep you out the boardroom. Anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about Byron Allen's fight against Comcast and how the lower court ruled against him because he's black. But I'm pulling with Byron Allen. I'm keeping up on this because this speaks to the reality of the undercurrent belly, which has been plaguing the black community, and also since slavery and time here. It's real and it's still going on. Believe that. All right, give me your thoughts, your takes. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and the bell rings a new video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. and learn some history beyond Google. Look it up. I'm out.